Welcome back to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I am your host, Michael Gaddis of michaelgaddis.com and frontierloangroup.com. We're going to be continuing our conversation with Will Afzali, the lending manager for Frontier Loan Group, and with Michelle Herrera of Michael Gaddis Realty Group. So the one thing I wanted to mention before we get started here is I want to finish up a little bit with the VA. We talked a little bit about the VA, and we were talking about purchases, but the one thing we didn't really talk about, Will, is the need for VA Streamline loans. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, as you mentioned it, VA Streamline, it has a lot of names. It's known as VA to VA. It's known as, its real name is actually a VA IRL, interest rate reduction loan.
So what's a VA Streamline, like a VA refinance? A VA
You have to have a VA loan right now, and all you do is refinance and get a lower rate. Lower your payment. That's all there is.
That's just the verbiage for a VA.
And for all of you out there, and I know I keep saying this, I keep addressing you, but I'm talking to you. Yes, if you have a VA loan right now, and you think your interest rate is a little bit high on that VA loan, you need to do a VA Streamline. The reason I'm telling you this, it is one of the easiest processes in the world. I mean, it is
very easy.
I am doing one right now for a colonel in the Air Force, and it is so amazingly effortless that you will be amazed. It will be one of the easiest things that you can do.
And why is it easy? Like you said, generally there's no appraisal needed, no credit information. Underwriting is really easy. You don't need pay stubs, you don't need W-2s, proof of income. It's just,
just like you need a signature, and that's it.
It's a very low doc, very easy refinance.
So you should be right now you should be running right now. You should be in your car thinking, "Where's my mortgage statement?" You need to go home. You need to find your mortgage, and if you're already home, open up the envelope and look to see what it is, and let's see if there's any way to lower that. Because I'm telling you, you will regret this later. And you know what's funny? I know there's a lot of you out there. I know where you are. I know you have these super high VA interest rates, and you're sitting, for whatever reason in the world, you're not doing anything with them. You're not doing anything.
If you're not going to do anything, give it to me.
All you're doing is giving away money every single month because you think it's too daunting, either you're intimidated, whatever the reason is, you're sitting on that high interest rate, and the only person who's happy is the lender who's getting a very high interest rate. You have opportunities to lower it. Now, if you have it already a good one, then good for you. But tell all your friends who don't, because this is one of those things that I'm telling you, the interest rates are going to start going up here soon. I don't know when, but sooner or later, they're not going to stay down this low. The Feds raised the short-term interest rate not too long ago. It's going to have effects down the line on all interest rates. So you really, really need to think about, getting yourself in order before that happens. Otherwise, you're going to be like, oh my God, I missed the boat. And you don't want to feel like that.
And most people are concerned about the costs, and you can actually do a Streamline refinance with no money out of pocket.
Well,
so explore that.
I do that. So anyway, to end this conversation on VA and to jump to our next topic, I just want to mention, if you guys have a VA loan right now, please just do what I say. I mean, please go check it out, see what your interest rate's at, and if you think that it might be high, then give Will Afzali, our Frontier Loan Group, a call, because I'm telling you, you're gonna regret it if you sit there and wait.
And in most cases, you can, let's say you've already had, you're 5 years into your loan, you got 25 years left, you can refi. Maybe even keep the same rate and actually reduce your term to a 20-year and just shave off 5 years.
Well, the next thing I want to talk about real quickly is Star Wars.
Okay.
And Will Afzali is in front of a computer right now because he made a very bold statement last week, right at the ending credits, so Paul could not defend himself. And what was that statement he made, Paul?
Something about Star Wars. I don't know.
Star Wars not being as good as what everybody else says. It was not as good as he anticipated. So we're gonna see how well informed Will is to have made that statement.
Will is sitting in front of Google. Is that really fair?
No, he is sitting in front of Google, but we're not gonna give him
Google is my best friend. Come on.
Will, the gold guy in Star Wars. What is his name?
He goes Star Wars unique
The gold guy.
Oh my! You guys, are you serious?
He's literally Googling.
Don't type.
No.
Will's typing. He's turning red.
You can't.
No, you talking about CP30?
C3P0. Did you hear that, people?
He's reading it off the computer. And
you are
still
never allowed on this show again. C3P0.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I think that what that just does is
He's the Tin Man.
The Tin Man. He calls him the Tin Man.
It's Star Wars, not Wizard of Oz.
So he made that bold little thing right when we were giving him the ending credits last week, and he made that. Oh, it's not as good.
As it was closing. No second left.
So I wanted everyone to know.
It's 3PO.
What?
We all know that.
Oh,
It is.
I know it. I'm just messing.
Let's ask you who's the guy all dressed in black?
Darth Vader.
Oh, you got that one.
Come on, guys.
Now here's a trick
But-
question.
but-
What is his real name?
this.
What is his real name?
Darth Vader.
What was his birth name?
What is it?
What is it?
What was his birth name?
They only made 3 movies about it, Will, so you should probably know.
Hey, you know what, guys? We're here to talk about real estate and mortgage loans. We are getting way off topic on a Wednesday.
Well, I think I proved my point.
I think we're finally on
But
topic.
in all seriousness, that movie was great, but come on, it was not like the other Star Wars films, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Wait,
Well,
whoa,
do
whoa,
you
whoa.
agree with
Okay.
this? Do
Have you
agree
seen
with
it?
this?
I've seen it a couple of times. Easy question. Who directed this movie?
J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Come on.
Who?
Abrams,
No.
of course. A very very good director,
Abrams,
but
not Abraham.
I didn't say Abrahams. Abrams.
Abrams.
It did sound like
Abrams.
Abraham.
You said
Well,
Abraham.
you guys calm
And
down.
who directed the other movies?
Lucas.
What's his first name?
George, come
Oh,
on.
okay.
USC.
Okay.
USC, baby.
I think we all. I
He's
think
been
all the.
practicing for a few weeks.
Come on, this guy's famous. He's probably
think-
one of the top 3 producers in Hollywood.
I
ever.
think all of you out there listening, you understand my point about the validity or of his opinion on Star Wars.
the Star Wars, this movie, you know what it is? It's kind of like Kobe Bryant right now. You know, he was good back in the days, but now he's so-so.
Okay.
And this movie is kind of like the new this old Kobe Bryant. You know, his ankle's hurting,
We're
his
just
Achilles is
gonna end
hurting.
this now,
You
since
know-
we're
you know
comparing
Harrison Ford is
basketball
not that funny
to
in this
Star
movie.
Wars.
I don't know what the
Oh,
point of him was.
okay.
I think this conversation's over.
Yeah. You know your real estate will stick with me for the sci-fi.
That's what I think we should do. I just wanted to prove a point because last week he tried to
Point
be
proven.
sneaky. So I think we proved that point. So real quick before we end the show, which it's very sad. It goes by so fast. I
Very
mean, I
fast.
love just sitting here with all you guys and talking, but the radio time moves much faster than real time. Let me just tell you that.
It does.
So here's something that I got, an article that I got. 20 tips to get your credit in check in 2016. Number 1, I'm going to go through them and we'll talk about a couple here. Number 1, talk to a lender. We talked about that in the first segment. Number 2, check your credit. We also talked about that. That is a very important thing to do. See what's going on. Number 3, dispute anything that's incorrect. And I think that's really important too, because if you see something on there and you're like, what's that? That's not right. Well, then do something about it and fix it. Okay? Number 4, don't waste your time trying to get collection accounts off your credit report. This says, be aware that paying off a collection will not remove it from your credit report, said My FICO. It will stay on your credit report for 7 years. So this article is saying you don't necessarily waste your time with those types of things. Number 5, set little goals. Paying off a large balance can seem overwhelming. Setting weekly or monthly goals to pay down your credit can make it feel more manageable. And I think that's a really good idea for just budget management in general. You're just going to, take a few less Starbucks every week and then, put that towards your debt. Start paying that sucker off. I mean, it's only going to help you in the long term. So all of you out there addicted to coffee, maybe one less coffee a week or a couple of coffees less a week will help you out financially. Number 6, pay off the smallest accounts first. Number 7, or pay off the account with the highest rate first. Yeah, pick one. Is it pick either the highest interest rate or the ones with the smaller numbers? Negotiate your rates. You could call your creditors and get your I know a lot of you guys don't even know this. If you call your creditor on your credit card, a lot of times you can negotiate with them to either get the amount lowered. They'll negotiate with you.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you tell them, look, I'm getting offered a 0%, to do a balance transfer.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing what you can do. Another thing is transfer balances. You can make it easier to pay your balances by taking advantages of existing cards that offer introductory rates. So you could transfer your balances to a 0% interest rate and then make the payments there, and you could really make some headway on that.
Yep.
Number 11, don't have a card with a low rate. Open a balance transfer credit card. Number 12, get a secured card. If you're trying to reestablish your credit after a bankruptcy or after paying off old delinquent accounts, get a secured card from a bank that can help you build it back up. Number 13, even if you can't wipe out all of your debt now, pay down your balances. Okay, pay them down, get them lower, because there are certain thresholds of where your outstanding balance is versus what you owe. So, I mean, what your credit amount is. So, if let's say you get it down below 50% of what you're eligible to borrow, that'll help your credit score. So, getting those balances down beyond certain thresholds really, really helps out. The optimum is 30% or lower. And then here's probably the most important one: pay your bills on time. Make sure you're paying them on time, people, because that's you're going to be in this never-ending catch-22 if you're trying to repair your credit and you're late on your credit. So, I mean, I'm making payments, so don't do that. And then set up your accounts for on auto pay, because that will definitely help ensure that you're on time. So it looks like we're out of time for today. So I want to thank my special guest today. I want to thank Will F. Zolli, the lending manager for Frontier Loan Group. Thank you for coming in, Will. And sorry to pick on you a little bit about the Star Wars, but it's all in fun, Will. It's all in fun.
I need to accept defeat.
Yeah, it's all in fun.
Away.
And thank you, Michelle Herrera, Michael Gaddis Realty Group.
Michael.
I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come down here.
Yes.
And thank all of you for listening. I really appreciate you all for taking the time to listen to the show. As always, I'm here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., and I look forward to talking to you next week. You're listening to The Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170, The Answer.